Okay, 14 is a big problem, guys. You have a rocket being launched from the top of a cliff, given the velocity. They are actually have the values plugged in. Just don't forget that the velocity is always before the t, and the initial height is the c value. But it's already given here. How do I find the maximum height? If this guy is on, the rocket's on the cliff and it's being shot off, how do I find that maximum height? I need to do the vertex formula. Alright, so vertex formula again, just like numbers 1 and 2. My A is negative 16, my B is 116. I'm going to replace it in the equation. Okay, let's do this in the calculator. Let's see what this is. So that comes out to be 3.625 seconds for it to reach its maximum height. So that's the answer for A. Now for B, how do I get what the maximum height is? I need to take my seconds and replace it in the equation for t. So I am taking the t, 3.625, and I just need to be really careful when I do it in the calculator. Okay, so when I do my order of operations, the exponent times the negative 16, I multiply those two things in the middle, I add them all up, I get my height to be 311.25 feet, that it reaches its maximum. That's what its maximum height is. Now part C is asking how long will it take the rocket to hit the ground? Well, the ground is when it's 0 feet. So I'm going to take the equation, make it equal to 0, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the quadratic formula for this. And one more time, I'm rewriting the quadratic formula. And I'm going to plug in my A, my B, and my C. Okay, there are all the numbers plugged in. Now I'm going to start over here. I need to just, be careful what's underneath the radical there. So I get negative 16 squared to be 256. Again, be careful. This is a negative 4 times a negative 16. And then I'm going to multiply it by 101. Okay, I get positive, 6,464 all over negative 32. Okay, we're going to slide this over here. So I get negative 116 plus or minus the square root of, that adds up to 6,720, all divided by negative 32. Now I need to split it apart and get the two values. Obviously the positive seconds is the answer that I want when it reaches the ground. So it looks like the positive one is going to be the one with the minus. Whoops. So I'm going to take negative 116 minus the square root of 6720 and divide it by negative 32. Okay, so when I work it out in the calculator, I get negative 279.95 on the top divided by the negative 32. My answer here is 8.7 seconds. You could do the one with the plus, but that comes out to be a negative value. This is the correct answer for part C.